doing photos and videos so we can get avid revenues, a new influence thing, and the new times that we have. But today we're going to go over something that's sinister. The Eunuch maker, Marcus Gustavson. Welcome, angry faithful. Yes, today I got this from a coworker, and he sent it to me. Dustin, thank you very much. Just shout out to him for sending me this. It's all it is. I'm going to be reading off a newspaper article from the Independent, UK. It's a lot of deep detail on it. There's not much fully on this case except for newspaper articles. So this is very new. The actual case was filed and completed in the UK on May 10th, 2024. That Friday. And yeah, it's a doozy. It's a real doozy. But let us begin. The title of the news article is Eunuch Maker Ringleader Who Had Freezer Filled with Body Parts and Jailed for Life. Now, when we get into it, we learn a little bit more about it. The ringleader of a lucrative extreme body modification website that I don't know if it's up or not. It showed that there is a actual website still up, so I don't know if it's up or not. It might be taken down by the time that you listen to this. So if you want to look at it, you can. Did I want to look at it? No, I did not. If the photos and everything are online that I have to veer and look at, I will while doing the article, but I'm not showing that stuff. People can search their stuff for themselves on stuff like that. But he shared footage of castration and amputation and was jailed for life. Marcus Gustavson. Texas, I add vowels. I'm sorry. And people that judge me for it, can't help it. Sometimes I just do what I do. And his associates carried out male castration, penile removal, and other procedures on a unprecedented scale. The Old Bailey, which the Old Bailey is London's. Let me let everybody know the Old Bailey has been housed in a succession of court buildings on the street since 16th century, when it was attached to a medieval Newgate Gothel. Gathel. God, words are hard. And I decided to do something that has to have speech.
Gale.
Okay, Newgate Gale. Anyways, going back, the accident of Gustavson, 46, and his 6 accomplices who have been imprisoned amounted to little more than human butchery. In some cases, said the sentencing judge. On one occasion, Gustavson cooked what appeared to be human testicles, which were then placed to be eaten. Judge Mark Lucroft. Let me make sure I get his
Luckraft.
Okay, Luckraft. KC, which KC is King's consul. Gustav of Hungary. Stephanie Hawkins. It's English, but it's English.
Haringi.
North London, admitted charges including conspiracy to commit grievous bodily harm. On Thursday, Judge Lucroft sentenced him to life with a minimum term of 22 years. That's where we get to where if the parole, he could go for parole for 22 years in 22 years. Gustavson's Eunuch Maker pay-per-view website shared footage of people undergoing dangerous and unnecessary and life-changing surgeries carried out in people's homes. A court was told, including male genitals being removed. The Old Bailey heard the extreme modification enterprise operated on the unprecedented scale of 22,841 registered users and ranked in almost 300,000 pounds, which is $381,000 in US, before it was shut down. Before he was arrested, Mastermind Gustavson was involved in at least 29 procedures between 2017 and 2021, requiring hospital treatment after having his penis removed and leg removed in one. After another of them, the court heard Gustavson cook several body parts, showing clear evidence of cannibalism. He appeared for the third day of sentencing hearing on Thursday, alongside 6 other men who had been all admitted that their parts in a wide range conspiracy. Now, among them were Peter Waits, a retired former member of the Royal Society of Chemistry, which, give me a second, basically being part of the Royal Society of Chemistry for the people that are in the United States. Basically, it's a lab where chemists work, and they do it for the betterment of mankind. This was not betterment of mankind. And Justin Atkins, who had been completed compelling a veterinary course, the court had heard, passing sentence in the Old Bailey. Judge Lorecraft said the defendant's behavior brought them sexual and financial gratification, while one victim said he was left with physical and emotional and psychological damage. Mind you, that they all volunteered for this. So they got emotional, psychological damage and physical damage because they asked for it. If you're going into something knowing what it was, I know some people are like, well, they got what they asked for. They probably didn't fully understand what was going on. I mean, if you go to a doctor and you have them do any kind of modifications or anything, you know what to expect. They're going to give you like anesthesia, get all the stuff that you need to make the process a little bit less. These guys are just, hey, we'll do it. Hold my beer. That's how they did it. Addressing Gustavson, the judge said, "You are very much the mastermind behind the grisly and gruesome enterprise. The business you set up was both busy and lucrative. However," he stated, the others were willing participants. Gustavson was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum of 22 years. Ion Circus. Hold on real quick. Stephanie Hawking, please help us out.
Seuker.
30, of Janetta, Scotland, was sentenced to 5 years and 8 months imprisonment. Waits, 66, of Pearly. I can't pronounce the last part. Pearly.
Surrey.
Was sentenced to 12 years imprisonment. Stefan Scherf, 61, of no fixed address, which is probably homeless, was sentenced 4 years and 6 months imprisonment. David Cather. Yes, I've gone over these things and I still blank out sometimes with words. It happens.
Carruthers.
61, of Newport Gwent, was sentenced to 11 years imprisonment. Atkins, 38, of Newport Gwent, was sentenced to 12 years imprisonment. And Ashley Williams, 32, of Newport Gwent, was sentenced to 4 years and 6 months imprisonment. Yeah, okay. The court heard Gustavson was driven towards an extreme subculture by a desire to architect his own body after a 11-year marriage broke down in 2016. His modifications led him to feelings of empowerment. Yeah, this name is going to
Rashvinderjeet.
Rashvenderjeet, defendant Gustavson, Goose son. Said it appears at face value to be something that became an addiction for him. The lawyer said had been diagnosed with body identity and intrigued. Stephanie Hall, you just take this one. I'm gonna let you take the wheel on this one because this is
Body identity integrity disorder.
body identity integrity disorder, which accounts for his desires to have body parts removed. Caroline Cranberry, KC, which is the King's Counsel, prosecuting, told the Old Bailey the men were involved in a lucrative business and dangerous and unnecessary and life-changing surgeries carried out by non-medical qualified individuals, the nature and scale of which is not without precedent. All these individuals were active in an extreme body modification or mutilation scenes, and the console and mutilations of male genitalia, she added. Procedures were filmed with increasing professionalism, which they probably got newer cameras and better lighting when they did it. That's my only thing of realization of what they were doing, and made available on website set up by Gustavson, which also advised services including male castration and offered very levels of membership on their website from free to £100 VP. It is remarkable of features of this case that the website was operated in plain sight and not on the dark web. That was one thing that Dustin told me it was like a dark web thing. No, it wasn't. It was not. It was literally just you if you find the site on accident and you find it and you can literally watch it. It was just like, oh, I want to watch body mutilation or castration. Well, go to this website and you can go watch it. So, yeah. But it was remarkable features that this case was open, accessible to anyone stumble upon it, and had it and means to pay to view the gruesome footage. According to court documents, body parts were also put up for auction online for with buy it now button. So through that website, you could buy body parts, which is not unheard of. We actually do it legally in the United States, and some countries don't allow that for this precedence in all reality. But there's actually big businesses that do that to where they sell body parts. Go up to Dan Cummings' website for Time Suck, and he did a whole episode of that. And I'm gracious for that because I didn't know how horrible it actually was out there. Thank you, Dan Cummings, for doing that, showing me the gruesomeness of selling body parts. Police officer also discovered hit Gustafson's own penis in a drawer at his home following his arrest in 2021, with 4 years after it had been amputated. So it was, I can't, yeah, okay, we'll just move on. Gustafson wasn't the only defendant to keep trophies from his surgery, she added. Gustafson was arrested after he used a red hot iron. And this is how he got caught. He used a red hot iron to brand a man's calf with the letters EM for eunuch maker. In a victim impacted statement, the man who complained to the police, describing Gustafson as a lunatic. Ms. Canberry, KC, King's Counsel, said the group used a wide variety of tools for their procedure, including clamps used for animal castration. And yes, I looked that up. Gotta love ranchers. Ranchers use that to castrate bulls or other animals. Miss Camberry said Waits had been in the business of purchasing body parts from Gustavson. During a police raid on the south of Wales, home of Carruthers?
Carruthers.
God, man. Carruthers, testicles were found in a chest freezer. Basically, they were found in a igloo. The prosecutor said 10 men were arrested after police raid in London, Scotland, and South Wales. Gustavson pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit grievous bodily harm, 5 counts of grievous bodily harm with intent, 1 count of making an indecent photograph of a child, 1 count of disrupting an indecent photograph of a child, and possess criminal property. All of the other individuals pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit grievous bodily harm. In January, 3 men were sentenced after admitting causing grievous bodily harm to Gustavson. Damian Barnes, is it Barnes? Let's get this over with.
Burns,
yeah. Damian Burns, 36, from North London, was jailed for 5 years. Jacob Adelby, 23, from Epsom in Surrey, was jailed for 3 years and 8 months. And Nathan Arnold, 48, from South Kingston, London, received 2 years suspended sentence. And that entails he already served his time once he got to the sentencing. Kate Molan from Crown Prosecution Service said Marcus Gustavson ignored the risk of performing unnecessary surgery on vulnerable men for sexual gratification and financial gain. He actively recruited participants through his website and was paid to stream the footage of this barbaric procedure. Within the victims in the cases, all seemingly consented to the surgery and amputation. The victims who bravely reported his assault to the police expressed serious regard regarding his procedure and the lasting impact to it had upon him. This clearly emphasized why such practices are unlawful. Of course they're unlawful, because having a guy that just goes, I could do it. Not having any kind of, I mean, you can, okay. This is the reason why you don't want to do that, or you don't want to go to those places if those places exist somewhere, because there's lots of criminal stuff that goes on that we don't hear about. And I have to emphasize that. Now, the reason why you don't want to go to those places is because of the basic fact of if they hit an artery or if they hit a nerve that causes pain for the rest of your life. And it is possible. Doctors end up doing it on accidents. Some of them, because there's so many mispractice, medical mispractice. I think it's called medical malpractice. There's this I think it's like on the medical channel. I watched back in the day to where the doctors accidentally left like a piece of steel about that big and about this long. And if you're viewing, if you're just listening to this, it's probably around about, it's the length of a ruler. It looks like a ruler. That's what it was. It was basically looked like a ruler, a 12-inch ruler. And they left this in the guy's sternum. Well, the bacteria from that attacked, because we have good bacteria and we have bad bacteria. Well, the bacteria attacked that and started dissolving all the flesh and muscles and everything within that person's body, trying to attack this metal object with the bacteria couldn't attack. and he was left with like a hole in his abdomen because of it. That's a big reason why you don't want to do that. I mean, these are doctors that did this, and people are going to this guy that just, drank a beer and going, I could do it. Let's do this. Yeah, yeah, not doing that. The severity of today's sentencing should act as a warning to others that perform extreme body modifications is against the law, and the CPS won't hesitate to prosecute those horrendous crimes. Let me find out what CPS. CPS in the UK is Crown Prosecution Services. Detective Inspector Amanda Gregg from Scotland Yard said, I would like to highlight the excellent work from Met Investigation team who had extreme thousands of hours of horrific material seized from the suspect. Mind you, they had like freezer full of body parts in this guy's home. Okay. This length and complex investigation demonstrates that we are determined to protect Londoners from harm and bring those that threaten the safety of our community to justice. Now, you can look at the photos on this. It's just look up Eunuch maker Ringleader who had freezer filled with body parts gelled for life, and you can look at the photos of these guys. They're really, really, really just they look like weirdos to me. That's just my opinion. I took one look at these photos and it's like, I can believe they're weirdos and they did this. But yeah, I understand that people do body modifications. I've seen like the surgeries and everything you could possibly think of, from breast augmentation for women and men. Men get it too, not for, oh, I want to have big tits, but they want to the body modifications. Lucas something I did an episode on. He did body modifications on his body. He wanted like a bigger chest to where he looked muscular and six-pack abs to look muscular. And they're out there and they do not look like they worked out. They look like someone shoved something in there. It's like it looks totally fake. And you're looking at other people that had like body modifications on their face, plastic surgery, get their nose done or ears done, lips done, Botox and everything. And I have to say this. I mean, there's people out there that get body modifications. More power to you. I mean, it's your body. Do what you want. My opinion, and this is just my opinion. This is the way I view things. It's like I look good without those modifications. I'm just gonna look fake, more fake. I mean, they have that. There's this one that's like the Skeletor, Angel Jolie, that looked. Oh God, she looked horrid, like horrid. I mean, your mind. I'm going to say this: once you see something like that, yes, people get modified, and the people that get modified don't think that the human mind over thousands and thousands of years can't detect stuff like that. And it's like, I just got this done. I was like, oh, yeah, I can. And in the animalistic part of our brains looks at it as a threat because it's different to us. And that's, I guess that's maybe what I view in my mind, and the reason why I have a distaste for it. I good going for it. If you do it, hey, you do you, boo boo. But I like the natural look. Anyways, everybody, all the people that comment on these episodes, like them and just putting our stuff out there for other viewers. Thank you very much. I can't say it enough. I honestly, there's times I was like, I can't believe people actually like listen to me at times, but it happens, and I'm surprised as you are listening to this. Thank you very much. It is appreciated, and I I can't. It's hard for me to emphasize. I mean, yes, I'm talking about dark stuff, and at the end, I want to lighten it up. I've been trying to do lighten up stuff, is like thanking everybody and getting everybody, getting that getting that evil high, I guess you would call it, and like then dropping down. It's like, hey guys, give yourself a hug if you have to, or find a pet and pet it, and feel that there's love in this world, even though I'm talking about dark shit. But yeah, seriously, love you guys that listen to me, and I appreciate it. Then some people are listening to this because it came up on their feed, and thank you for it. There's I am I'm glad that you accidentally found us. All right, everybody. Thank you all. Love you guys. Bye.